Hello everyone, how are you? Fine, thank you. Today, I'm going to be revisiting an old streaming player. And yes, this is actually old. It is a Roku LT model 2400X. It released all the way back in the later part of 2011, and it's basically just the lowest end version of the Roku 2 series. It doesn't call itself a Roku 2, but it is a Roku 2. It shares the same design language as one, and overall most of the same hardware. I think it's closest to the Roku HD, except it's a little bit lower end than that. The LT 2400X is now 15 years old. Oh god, it's old enough to use Discord and even drive and work in some states. I have this on my kitchen table right now, because I'm going to be experimenting with it a little bit, or maybe not experimenting, but I'm going to see how it holds up in 2026. This was a $50 streaming box back in 2011 when it released, and that was considered the lowest budget tier. Now $50 would be like a mid-tier streaming box, probably subsidized by ads to be fair, but eventually these got plastered with ads later on, with later updates. And for a little bit of context, I made a video on this exact Roku LT 2400X back in 2016.
This is the $50 box that was Roku's budget box. And
the $50 box that was Roku's budget box. I like boxes. Box means vagina. I would have been just under 14 when I made that video. If you want to see it, the link will be in the description below, but don't expect anything good at all because it was a really basic video that had like no substance. So today I'm going to avenge my 14-year-old self and make him proud by doing what he failed to deliver on. Let's overview this Roku LT 2400X and see how it holds up 10 years after I made that video. Anyway, you can see that it is purple, unlike most of the Rokus of the time, or really most Rokus at all. Most of them were physically black. This one is purple, which I thought always looked really nice. The top says LT, signifying that's what model this is. I showed this bottom sticker before, this rubber foot. See, model 2400X, as I've been saying. Later on, this was replaced with a 2450X, which I had heard, changed out this TRS jack for the AV out into regular composite jacks, but it also severely downgraded the hardware for some reason, at least from the sources that I was looking at. There's nothing on the sides except a little Roku tag, which I thought was always pretty cool. We got an upside-down HDMI here, an AV out jack, which uses a TRS jack. In fact, I actually have the composite cable. Yeah, it's just composite, no S-video nor component. And it is a 3-ring TRS jack. So it does stereo audio and also video. So we could plug that in here if we wanted, and we could hook this up to a CRT. Although I'm not going to be hooking this up to a CRT for today's video, just for the sake of visibility. We have a reset hole and also a DC-in jack. Now, this would be missing a couple features from the higher-end models like the 2XD and 2XS. Like, the XS has a USB port over here, 2.0, and an Ethernet port, and the XD has an SD card, or micro SD card, just above the HDMI. Unfortunately, I no longer have my 2XD because I fried that by using the wrong power supply back in 2018. Speaking of power supplies, here it is. Well, this is the one that came with the LT, but it's the same power supply. It is DC 5 volts, 1.5 amps, so it's a 7.5 watt power supply. And here's the little barrel jack. Unfortunately, I've lost the remote to the Roku LT 2400X, so we're going to have to use this one from the Roku SE 2710 SE, which is really just a renamed Roku One for the Black Friday of 2015. I'll show you a picture of the Roku LT remote right here. This is an exact screenshot from the 2016 video. It was very simple and a little bit worn out, and I said it was heavily worn out from excessive use. Buddy, have you seen our living room Roku Ultra 4800X remote? This is also about the same age, just under 5 years old. We got it in December of 2021. And yeah, the OK button's text is straight up gone, and so is a little bit of the microphone button. And the Roku tag always flakes off on these. That's just normal. Oh, and I'll show another Roku remote while I'm at it. I think this one is for a Roku 2 XS. It has the A and B buttons for gaming, which gaming is no longer a thing on Roku. And it has a separate OK button, so the D-pad can be used as an actual D-pad for games. This is for a 2XS and not exactly for a Roku 3 because it doesn't have the private listening headphone jack, which is still present on the Ultra 4800X. And it also has a wrist strap exactly like a Wii remote, which I think is pretty cool, although maybe there were games that actually utilized, like, accelerometer functions that obviously no longer exist, as no modern Rokus have those features, or games for that matter. Alright, enough farting around. What will my test display be for this video? It'll be this little 19-inch Vizio TV that I picked up from the thrift store. It was $16, and yeah, Second Ave and other thrift stores have a love affair with putting the price tags on the screen. This was sitting in my car for a while, so the corners of the adhesive had kind of come off, but this is going to be annoying to clean up. Alright, let's turn the TV on. The power button should be up here. Yes, it is. Okay, we got a blue light. I know this TV works. I tested it while I was in the thrift store when I bought it that day. And we want to change the input, which I think we can just press input a couple times. I want to go to HDMI 1, as that's where I have the Roku plugged into. Retrieving data. It's probably not going to retrieve any data since I don't have the Roku plugged in just yet. Okay, we're back on the blue screen. Oh yeah, I gotta put batteries in this remote. How'd I forget? Note to self, the 2710 SE remote wants AAA batteries. I tried putting AA's in here and they didn't fit. Also, here's the 2710 SE. This might be a subject of a future video. Anyway, I gotta plug the Roku LT in. Oh. There it is. 720p HD, that's the maximum resolution of this TV. I'm probably just a weird one, but I missed the Roku elevator music startup. Oh, that took a while. But it took a while differently from how I remember it back in 2016, where it would be stuck on a purple screen for a while. I guess I just decided to spend more time on the boot screen instead of being stuck on a purple screen. Okay, my remote is working like it should be. I am not connected to the internet right now. There are the channels that we have installed. And because this doesn't have an Ethernet port, nor a way to connect Ethernet, as it doesn't have USB, Wi-Fi only it is. Alright, on the Wi-Fi password entering screen, that is a pretty choppy UI. Although I will say, for this being 720p, it actually looks pretty sharp on this TV, probably because it's only a 19-inch panel. Well, okay, you can see the pixels when I bring the camera up, but when I'm looking from a semi-realistic distance, maybe a little closer than normal, it still looks decently sharp. Well, we're successfully connected to the internet now. Yeah, this is not a very snappy UI. Even 10 years ago, this was definitely on the slow side. Okay, will it even try to load an ad with this old version of... well, it loaded an ad with the old version of Roku OS. Speaking of which, let's check what version this is running. Crap, I gotta crop a lot of this because it still has my aunt's Roku account logged in. But you can see 2400X Roku LT, there's the serial number. Software version 9.0.0, build 411502, uptime it's only been on for 4 minutes. Last updated January 22nd of an unknown year. Huh, so I can update this from 9.0.0.4115 to 9.10 or 9.1.0.5009. Roku City? More like Slob City! Okay, I was showing this to my buddy Matt, who's going to be getting this after I'm done with this video, because he was talking about OS updates that these Rokus can run a while ago. Not very usable. Still has my, still has my aunt's account logged in. I acknowledged it was slow even 10 years ago on Roku OS 7. I'm going to leave it logged into her account for now because it's pretty annoying to, reactivate it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're the specs if you're curious. Okay, Roku OS 9 and 9.1 both came out in 2020. So this was used after 2017. If this is on Roku OS 9.0 at the moment. Yeah, let's update this now. I mean, it's already slow enough on Roku OS 7, which was back in 2016. It's already quite slow on Roku OS 9, and 9.1 is probably just going to be just as laggy and slow. Whatever, I guess. This should be able to get Roku OS 11, as those still supported Rokus with MIP CPUs, which would be this one right here, or this would be one of them. Okay, can we get Roku OS 11 on here? Well, it's gonna take a little while to check for new software. I'm also not a very patient guy, for one thing. Combine that with a pretty slow 15-year-old box. Well, it's updating 25 channels at the moment, so I guess I'll have to wait here for that. All software is up to date, apparently. Well, I'll check again, see if there is one more OS update. Okay, so I guess this just tops out at 9.1, and I guess for OS 11, you need a better Roku than this, I guess. Well, a better one that's also using an ARM CPU. And also, yeah, there's some of these apps very much updated, like the Nick Jr. app is gone, and I think that got folded into another app. I forgot what it was. Was it Paramount Plus? And there's a new PBS Kids logo. Though one of the apps that I want to test on here is YouTube. Also, it's not quite as laggy now, at least on this part of the menu. Okay, yeah, there's definitely a bit of lag here. I'll show the remote in real time so you can see. Okay, there's definitely some lag there. And also I saw Roku Media Player. Okay, there's YouTube. Now, will I at least be able to... Wait, it's already here? Alright, there's the hourglass. I don't think I've ever seen that on Roku before. It's going to be quite slow to load. Okay, apparently YouTube is on here. I'm just going to have to... Wait, maybe I shouldn't move that around, because this is still on my aunt's Roku account. I'm not logging it off. Although I did see a guest mode, so I'll have to see about that. Okay, guest mode. This mode enables guests to sign into subscription services using their own account credentials and will be auto-signed out when they leave. Guests will not be able to access your services while in guest mode. Maybe not quite what I'm looking for. As I'm probably going to sign out of the accounts on here anyway. Well, that, and I'm going to nuke this Roku straight up. Showtime Anytime is not available. Oh yeah, because that no longer exists. There was an error in the application, and you can very much tell that this uses the older Roku design language, as it's an old app that shouldn't be here anymore. And same for Crackle, that's also no longer available. What do you mean couldn't remove Showtime Anytime? Here's another one. Fishy, currently not available. First I'm going to try YouTube. See how well this does with watching video. I wonder if it'll let me turn the content quality up past 720p. It's slow in the OS, but it's even slower in the YouTube app. Well, okay, it's not as slow now since I had already hovered over those options. I just pressed OK. Oh, I can see a little bit of overscan here. I wonder if that's something that I can fix, at least without the remote, because I don't have a remote for this TV. And now I'm going to search for a video. I'm going to try searching for one of my own videos. Those are mostly in 1080p 60. Aside from some of my content through earlier this year, that was in 1080p 30. Gonna show the remote in real time. Gonna go down 3. Wait, I'm pretty sure I pressed S and not R. Just goes to show all the lag. Wait, I wasn't even showing my presses. Okay. Now we just gotta wait for this to load. Painstakingly. No, it's not Azul Sapphire. I guess I can't even search for my own content then. Actually, what if I put in my handle? It has a 37 at the end. Yeah, come on. Is there anything? Just like one piece of content? Okay, probably not. I'm just impatient, but it doesn't want to find my content, or at least not through my usernames. Dude, this thing is so slow it can't even keep up with my inputs. Like, I've had to press the button way more times than necessary because it can't keep up. Also, about time I find one of my videos. This one's at 1080p 60. And watch as we're gonna have to sit through a billion ads as we normally have to on TV.
There's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%. Try
Wow, that was loud. That jump scared me.
Spray. It removes 99% of grease.
Also, that ad is in like what, 360p?
So well, you can replace multiple cleaning products. Try Dawn Power Wash.
Skipping 7? Yeah, I couldn't even skip it because it was so slow that I couldn't even load the skip bar. New mini LED smart TV. Okay, cool. I don't want that. I'm perfectly happy with my 720p 19-inch thing from 2010 with no smart features plugged in. And besides, this box is a year newer than the TV, and it's already proven itself incapable as is. Okay, I guess I can skip the ad. Vizio. Funny, I'm watching this on a Vizio TV right now, and this probably doesn't even know that. Yeah, that is definitely 480p at best. Oh, that's even worse now.
60 FPS video is back for...
I can't even make out what that's... Okay, I can kind of make out the text on that headphone box. It's, E7 wireless headphones. I mean, I already knew that to begin with.
60 FPS video looked pretty bad with the Pixel 6a.
Now, do I know which one is which? Okay, no, it's the lower rocker.
Anyway, today I'm going to be testing some stuff before I make a trade tomorrow. I meant to make this video on Friday. It's now Sunday, but...
Let's see, can I change the quality on that?
Anyway, I got this...
I can't really make out my own subtitle there. I mean, it was already not up there for very long, but come on, I couldn't make that out. Wow, it can't even show the text properly. It's just putting him on a black background. Okay, it looks like it's went up to 480p. It can't even keep the quality consistent. And we sure are not doing 60 FPS on this.
But yeah, we've got some hard drives here. We have this Samsung HD
Come on.
622JJ, 648GB hard drive from a Dell computer manufactured January 2009, and it is SATA.
Alright, come on. I don't have all day here.
Well, we've also got some more interesting hard drive that we...
Okay, the watch bar was stuck on 117 there and went to 123 and then 128. Auto 360p. What if I tried bumping it up to... trying to do it past 720 is... Or... Okay, no, not even at 720, but... Trying to do it like past 360p is probably going to kill this thing. Oh no, I can't even bring it past 360p because this thing is just so anemic and slow. Okay, 360p and 144p is all we get. Let's see if I can keep it at a consistent 360. I pressed back. Okay, apparently didn't think I pressed back, and I pressed back again, so... maybe it... Okay, no, it's just bringing these up. Which all looks wrong as well.
And here's another IDE hard drive from 2002. This one's an IDF Death Star, AGP, and dual IDE controllers. Okay, I now have 3 of the 4 hard drives hooked up to power. The reason why I'm not doing 4 is because this motherboard...
Okay, let's try to pause this video. Should I need to pause it? Okay, I pressed the pause button once. That was like a 3-second delay. Okay, it was more than a 3-second delay if it took a while for the pause button over there to become a play. Now let's press it again.
Once we have everything in here, also got the 92.
Okay, that took like 2 seconds or so. It's probably going to take a while for the bar to go away.
It's not a model M, but it does at least have a Windows key and context menu. Not getting any video output from the 8200 SC. Oh.
Okay, at least when I pressed back, it was somewhat quick to respond to that. Well, to respond to it, but to actually load the previous screen, that took easily 5 seconds. Typing in that title for the reality of testing IDE hard drives was already painful enough. Also, there's Electric Wiz 1. Okay, I'm constantly pressing back just to see how long it takes to delete this title that I entered. Come on. We only got rid of Rive, which is 4 characters. Or maybe it's overwhelmed from all the amount of OK presses that I'm putting in. I pressed left, and I'm going to press right again. The top of the box isn't even hot. Nor is the bottom. Maybe I feel a little bit of warmth, but I don't think this CPU is even strong enough to really overheat in this thing. Also, wow, that took a while. Okay, that's enough of YouTube. I'm going to press the home button. That was easily a 3-second delay. Okay, there's the purple screen. Alright, next I'm going to test Netflix. I'm just going to sign into my mom's Netflix account since I know the password for that. If it'll jump over to the next panel. Actually, no, it apparently never took my right button input. Or maybe I had it out of the IR line of sight. Oh, there's the old Netflix logo. Saw that back in 2016, and I'm still seeing it in 2026. Also, no, I don't think I can... Netflix services experienced an internal error. I guess we're not watching Netflix on this box, even though that's like the one reason you would have bought it back then. But no, I'm not using the Roku 2XS remote because the Roku LT lacks Bluetooth, and I think this remote connects over Bluetooth. If not, that it connects over Wi-Fi Direct, which I don't think the LT has either of those, so you have to use the older style IR remotes. Okay, I guess we're not getting the Forbidden J word on this box. Or maybe I have to go to streaming channels. Will it let me search, though? Let me press the options button. Okay, I guess options is grayed out, so I probably can't do any options. Also, Crackle is still there, even though Crackle is just straight up gone. I guess this Roku is just so old and out of date that I just can't remove any apps that would be on my aunt's account. Do you have games on your TV? No, Timmy, our TV is dying and doesn't work. We don't have games. Okay, Jellyfin should be under apps, if I can find it. Also, wow, that is a really freaky frog or whatever that thing is supposed to be. Crocodile, vector, I don't know. But I'll see if I can find Jellyfin within the apps section, because apparently I can't go searching. Oh geez, there's so much slop on the Roku store that I don't think I'm ever gonna find Jellyfin. Or it's probably never gonna, never gonna show up. The Leaks channel with an illegal troll face. There's the US Weed channel. Weed. Although, I guess we're just never gonna get Jellyfin on here, because it just can't find it. I guess that requires a newer ARM processor and not a MIPS. Okay, yeah, modern Rokus use Realtek ARM SoCs. Now, I don't have a Sling account, so I can't test that. My grandparents have one, but I don't know their credentials. Unless there's a limited free version, but I guess I'll try and see if I can get anything working with some of these other apps. Sign up is temporarily unavailable, so I guess we're not testing Sling on this. It's probably just going to be stuck on this screen for the rest of time, unless it boots me back to the Roku home screen. Okay, well, PBS Kids work. Oh, it's still showing the old logo. 13, that's our local station. I wonder if live TV will work.
There's a big storm coming to our neighborhood today.
Hello, neighbor.
Well,
But the grown-ups are here to keep us safe.
technically it's working.
It's a checklist to make sure we have all our
And you could, like,
There's the flash.
pause even though it's gonna jump over to, like, the live feed. Oh, there's Sesame Street. I guess they came back to PBS after being shoved onto HBO for a couple of years. I can't show too much of this, or else I'm gonna get copyright struck. Oops, live TV is currently unavailable. I guess it's partially on me, because, this wasn't configured for a while. Daniel asked before touching someone else. That can be very much taken out of context, but let's see if this will at least work, or rather, I'll see. I'm not going to keep this on for long. I have other things that need to be tested on this Roku.
Hi, neighbor. Today, I'm going to the playground with my mom and my sister Margaret. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
It'll load the audio, but it's not going to load the video, so that's pointless, I guess. Angry Birds tunes, I don't know if those are really even still being updated anymore. I'll check them anyway. And all I see is a gear. This channel is no longer in service, with the old Roku UI as well. That's another channel that we can't get rid of. Blockbuster on Demand, I don't think that's even a thing anymore. I'm going to check Roku Media Player just because I'm curious. There's Crunchyroll underneath, but I don't have access to Crunchyroll, so there's that. Unless there's like a free trial or whatever. Oh, this is looking pretty old. Not like the Roku Media Player that I'm familiar with. Video settings. Waiting for media devices. As if you can even plug anything into the Roku LT. As if you can even plug in anything to the Roku LT 2400X. And chances are, I don't think you can even plug this in to, like... I don't think you can even connect this to an SMB share. And options doesn't seem to work, because I guess that's what settings does. I don't know if my mom currently has a Hulu subscription, so I'm not going to test that. Now let's see if I can get on Prime Video, because I'm pretty sure that's included with my Prime subscription. Contacting Amazon. This version is no longer supported, so... Actually, one more thing. There's the Roku channel, but I don't know how much free content there really is on there, or if the old version will even still work anymore. Okay, I guess we can get, like... We can at least try to play this? Or, no, it's just going to kick me back. Alright, so we're not playing anything off the Roku channel either. It looks like that my predictions were correct. There's really nothing that you can do with a Roku LT 2400X anymore. And this is straight up obsolete. You know, that's something that I don't really see tapped on with old media players like this. Is that because they're so reliant on internet services that are constantly updating and evolving and eventually requiring new specs. Something like this is just straight up obsolete, and there's nothing, I repeat, nothing that you can do with one of these. And because this is a cut down model that's missing the USB port and the microSD slot and an Ethernet jack, what even can you do with this when it comes to unintended use cases and installing an alternative operating system? Basically nothing. I mean, I guess if you really, really wanted to be ballsy, you could try to, like, reprogram the flash memory on here, but even then, you gotta be somewhat skilled to do that, and you also gotta know if there's an OS build that's available for this kind of hardware. I'm gonna say that I'm disappointed in this thing, but also, it's basically exactly what I expected. Nothing works anymore. I'm not going to unplug this just yet. I gotta delete my aunt's Roku account off of this and reset it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, even though I got basically no enjoyment out of looking at this thing, because there's really nothing you can do with it. And I guess next time I'm going to take a look at this Roku SE 2710 SE, or Roku One. They're basically the same thing, just that the SE is the Black Friday special. And I want to see how much more usable the SE is in this, despite it being 2 years newer, and also I guess a tier higher, because the Roku One replaced the Roku HD, and the LT was still around under the form of the 2700. Alright, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video, whatever that may be. Peace out.